Hello there, friends and foes. Welcome to the Fudge Factory. My name is Carrie Grain. It's good to see you. How you doing? Thank you for being back or for visiting if you haven't seen me before. This is a channel about cross-stitch and crafty things and general silliness, I suppose. Let's see. Today is July 30th. 2023. It's been about a month and a half since I've been here, and I've got a few things to show you. Something just popped into my brain for me to remember. Okay. So I haven't been working on a large number of cross-stitch projects, but I've definitely been cross-stitching. So the first thing I'm going to show you is Dark Queen of the Earth. She is caught up, aside from like 10 stitches, which I realized were missing when I was setting up today, so that's exciting. Oh, where are you? And I'm not going to unroll her because that sounds hard, so you're only going to see the bottom. But I am caught up. Yes, I'm caught up. This right here is where I'm missing some stitches, but isn't she cute? Isn't she fun? I don't know how to do this. I hated stitching the flowers. They look so nice, but like, I don't know, something about it. Maybe I'm just kind of ready to be like excited to be done with this project. Already thinking of like, what fancy lady am I gonna do next? Like, gotta calm down. But this is 11 out of 12 parts finished. And the next part comes out in like 2 days. I'm so excited. So that'll be really nice, and that's about it. That's about it for that one. Yeah, I'm just thinking about what fancy lady I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to do Ophelia by Mirabilia. We'll see though. We'll see. Next time we talk, I should have this one done, and if I have another one started, you'll see then. Okay. The next one I worked on is holding a lot of things. The next one I worked on was Kakomu, art by Margaret Morales, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The last time you saw this, I was at almost 1.5%, and now I'm at a whopping 1.8%. Wow. Ugh. But when I finally finished the 11th part of Dark Queen, I was like, finally, I can get some strong work done on my full coverage. So my goal this weekend is to get 1,000 stitches on her, and I'm almost there. So it's exciting. This is her. This is. Let's see. How well can you see this? Not very well, I suppose, but you know. That's what she looks like. There's just about another full diagonal in from the last time you saw it. But I have it set up so I can see it. When I walk in my house, actually, I can see it sitting ready to like be stitched on. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta work on her. Oh my god. So that's super fun. I already do know what my next full covered project will be, but that is going to have to wait. That's gonna have to, because no. Okie dokie. And the last cross stitch project I've gotten more than a day's worth of work on is from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, the most recent one. I'm not going to show you the preview picture because it's almost done, but it's called Bunny's Christmas, designed by Anna Matvieva of Mr. Stitch and Mrs. Needle. All that is left is some blue back stitching, and I didn't have that color. And this is what she looks like. Isn't it cute? Look at the little bunny. Oh, adorable. I think I'm going to finish it in like a round hoop and just put it on the wall or something. And the only things left are like 3 back-stitched snowflakes just around the house. So, oh, so cute. The last time you saw it, I had started this little twig boy, but now I finished both. I just pulled from stash, and I had to get a little creative. Like the bunny's blush cheeks were supposed to be the same color as like the pink in the ears, but it was too pink, so I like blended it with the white. I think it looks good, as long as you don't look too closely. And this backstitch, I finally understand why backstitch friggin' sucks, because I finished the backstitch of this thing, and then I was like, man, that just like tired me out. Like I'm done looking this closely at it. And then I had the whole rest of the thing to do, and I was so sure that I was finished, but I didn't do this line of the top of the snow. Things kept just like sneaking up on me. But she's cute, she's adorable, she's almost done. I think I want to keep the momentum and try and fully finish her next week. Yes, hold me to it. Sure. Because you can totally do that. Oh, I have a lot of stuff in this little bag. This is my bag, if you're curious. It has a bunch of projects in it. But it's my go bag. Made it myself. It's nothing fancy. But it's just the thing that I take everywhere with me. No, that's the thing I take to work with me. If I'm going somewhere with Josh, like if we're going fishing or on a car ride, these days, well, this weekend I've been taking this craft basket with me, so mostly because my bigger projects, like, I just can't bring them with me. They're just like, I'm not taking my full coverage to sit by a lake and stitch. What's happening? Oh my god, I almost forgot to put this in here. Okay, so the next project I worked on, again, I don't have any more cross stitch to show you, so if that's all you want to know about, that's all I got. Curious though, if all you're interested in is cross stitch, would you still want to see videos every month if I only do work on 1 to 2 things? Because I'm feeling pretty monogamous cross stitch wise. Definitely polyamorous crafting wise, but I think I like to have one, maybe two types of each craft going on at the same time. I don't know. My mood changes all the time, so who knows? But just let me know if it would, like, you know, would you still want to click on the video? Should I still record if I just have, like, one whiff to show you? Let me know. Because, I'm curious. And I shouldn't have any haul coming up for the next, I want to say year, but I don't have that much faith in myself. Except for, like, DMC. But anyway, moving on from cross stitch. Last time I talked about my sewing bug. Very fun, very fun. It isn't hitting as hard as it was, but it's still going on. In a different font, I suppose you can say. I've been hand sewing. Why? I like to do things the hard way, apparently, and, I don't know why that is. But I've learned some things. So I'm making a, chemise. I don't know if that's how you say it. I know how to spell it, but I don't know how to say it. One of those undergarments that you would wear in the olden times. So I have her on my form over here. Let me bring her over, shall I? Ooh. She's got the apron from last time underneath as well. So this is it. There's a nice little channel for drawstring for the neckline. I've sewn this arm shut so it doesn't fray while I'm sewing the sleeves. It has a nice, maybe not a nice, it has a gusset. Can you see that? This little triangle here is the gusset. So the bottom has more flow. And I did, through hand sewing this, I did learn how to do that without making it look bad, because on my, hold on, we're going to look at her under things. On my apron, I had these little gussets, and they're terrible. Like, look at this. Look at, that is just the way it's sewn in. So I learned to do it better, and I'm doing a fancy felled stitch, a felled hem. So what is that called? When you sew a seam, the raw edges, I take one side of the seam allowance, roll it over the other side of the seam allowance, and then I stitch it down. I don't know. And I made the silliest mistake. And hand sewing to fix the mistake, also hilarious. I accidentally cut this gusset in half, so I had to re-sew it together. So there's a whole extra seam that I had to sew for no reason. I love it. I love it. And then this is one of the sleeves. It's in my go bag. This is the armpit. It is also a gusset. I don't know. And then my current state of learning, I am figuring out how to put bias tape around like this little opening so I can give it a button, so I can make it button closed. It's weird with the felled hem, so I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. If it's not the hard way, I don't want it. I am not interested. I am not interested. Absolutely not. So, and speaking of doing it the hard way, another project I've been working on, crochet. I, for some reason, have been against crocheting clothes. Something about, like, the thickness and the texture of it. I was like, like, can it look good? Like, that's not my vibe. And I think it still isn't my vibe. I'm not totally sure. But, what the heck is that? But anyway, I saw this TikToker, or whatever. I go on Instagram Reels. I'm not cool enough to have a TikTok. I don't have the self-control to turn it off, so I'm not getting a TikTok. But she had this really cute halter top that had like a peekaboo, and I was like, alright, I know I have too much boob for this. I know, it is a fact. I just have too much boob. Like, if you have less boob, you know, there's not as much movement potential for your nipples, right? I have too much boob. So I was like, I'm gonna make it anyway, and force it to work. I did wear it earlier today, but okay. And then I modified it because I was like, I need to do this differently because I need to do it the hard way, obviously. So here's the top. So she's got her boob cups. This peekaboo is smaller than intended in the pattern. I added extra rows. I just kind of like went around a few more times. Anyway. And then this center part, I was almost done with it, and then I ripped it all out to redo it because I have to do it the hard way. Anyway, the center part, I decided I wanted it to have a back, which this now does, instead of just being like a bit of a smock on front and then tied with these in the back. Like, I just wanted a back. So I made a back. And then there are these little ribbons here to tighten the back because I just, you know, I don't know how to show it. Maybe I'll insert a picture of me wearing it. I don't know. But it turns out it's uncomfortable because I need to tie it really tight to hold up my boobies. And even with me making the hole smaller, my nip still likes to come out. So, thank goodness I tried it with somebody else around me so I could be told when that happened, because I would have just been blissfully aware. Like, anyway, so if anyone wants this, let me know if you don't mind some nip coming out. But I don't think I'm gonna wear it. I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know what bra size I am, but I know I'm a D cup at least and a size 10. So if you're anything similar to that, this might fit you. And if this is your vibe and you want this, dude, just let me know. Because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't think I can wear it many places. So, those are some of the things I've been working on. But over here we have gotten into gear with projects of all types. Oh, excuse me. We did a giant clean. Mostly I did a giant clean. You can't tell, but my craft room is entirely reorganized. I got stubborn one day and I was like, I do not want any of my craft stuff in the living room anymore, except for, what I'm actively working on. But I had a little thing of drawers with some stuff in there that I had in the craft room, whatever, that I had in the living room, and a few other things that they were starting to build up. They were starting to build up because I just didn't have room in here. I needed to make the room. And so I made the room. And, it feels good. We changed out the rug because we have carpet in almost all of our rooms. That is new carpet that the landlord put in right before we moved in. And he was like, yeah, we had to replace the carpet because these other people had these animals that kept peeing inside, and ours don't pee inside for, well, I mean, the 99% of the time they use the litter box. Let's just say that. And if it's not the litter box, it's on the bed, so it's not on the floor. It's fine. But they'll throw up, like, they're cats. They throw up. So we want to protect the floors, but if you put a rug on a carpet, then the rug just moves around. And then having it underneath some heavy things in some places, but not in other places, like it was just perpetually bunched. So it was truly just a tripping hazard for the most part. I mean, it functioned as a rug / tripping hazard. Which made drinking extra fun. Like, freaking obstacle course in your living room, So we got a smaller rug that will hopefully cover approximately the same amount of space, just because so much of the bigger rug was underneath the couch, because we were thinking if you hold it down, maybe it won't move as much. It'll still move, just not under the couch. The whole thing. So we're hoping a smaller rug that has nothing on top of it that we can just fix as it drifts away won't be as likely to trip us. And then we got a new bed, which is really exciting. We upgraded to a queen, which is awesome. We really needed a new mattress because the one that we had, I got right after college for $100 used. So, yeah, no, it's really good. Got a really cool deal on Nectar, one of those, box mattress bed things. Yeah. And trying to get all the spaces cleaned. I don't want to live in mess and clutter, but I do. Definitely. But I would like less of it. We'll see. We'll see. There are just 2 people in this house, but we have so much stuff. It's insane. It's insane. I used to have all of my stuff in one room. Like, how did I do that? I don't know. But we're taking the frame for the old bed and turning it into a TV stand for the living room, because we can't have like an entertainment center that's too tall, because if it's too close to the TV, then the cat likes to do this thing where any like flat, smooth surface he just like paws on, including TVs. So it can't be too tall. It has to be super short. And we were like, we don't want to spend a bunch of money on a new piece of furniture. So we're repurposing. So today we were stripping the stain on the wood, and it's like, I've never done this before. How exciting! Like, wow, learning new skills. And repurposing like adults, you know? I think it just feels cool. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at my notes over here. And one thing I mentioned last time, but I didn't have to show, my floss winders that me and Josh made. Look at this. Look at these. So, there's I think they're kind of big, but I like it. So the big one is for like when I'm cutting it for 2 strands, loop start, and then the little one is for 1 strand. So convenient. I use the little notches to put my scissors. So easy. Previously I was using the space between the legs on our coffee table. Very difficult. Very difficult. What are you doing, handsome? But I would like to ask your advice. So, I'm a floss drop girly. Big fan of floss drops. That's my move, right? Let me show you what I got going on. So I have 3 main big projects. I have Dark Queen of the Earth. Here are all her flosses. Pretty reasonable. I don't know how many are on here, but these are all her flosses. Hi. Oh, okay. And then I have, oh, you want to sit on my lap? Okay. You can sit on my lap. Whoop. And then I have, and I didn't show it today, but the first full coverage I started, Amongst the Tulips. This is all the flosses for her, and I just put it on this big floss ring. Previously it was on 2 smaller floss rings, so I'm happy to have the big one. So Amongst the Tulips, and then Kakomu here. And I will say some Kakomu projects are in Amongst the Tulips, which might also be in, which this won't be a problem for very much longer, but will also potentially be in Dark Queen of the Earth. So if I'm stitching Kakomu, I need all 3 of these. If I'm stitching Amongst the Tulips, I need both of these. And you know, it's not the most convenient. So my question to you is, how do you store your floss drop stuff, and how do you manage your like master set? Because if you do it on floss drops, because my intention was to put all of my flosses on floss drops and then from there be able to look through them and see what I have and then just pull, use, whatever, because I don't like bobbins. I have some things bobbinated and it is not my thing. So I don't totally know how to manage that. So if you have any advice, let me know. I'm really curious, especially if it's cheap advice. It's a cheap solution because I'm cheap these days. But yeah, like honestly, currently their place is either hanging from my Stitchy light if I'm working on them, or hanging where pictures used to hang on the wall of my living room. Which is interesting because people come over and they're like, what? That's all, what is that? Like, I was like, oh, those are my flosses for this project. And they're like, all of those? I'm like, yeah, dude. All of those. It's tight. Isn't that cool? But let me know if you have any thoughts. I would love to hear them. Because I really do want to. I don't know how to organize my box of random DMCs. It just sucks to like look through them because there are just so many and they're so disorganized. We'll see. We'll see. One thing I am thinking about doing is getting those stickers that you can get that have like the DMC number and the DMC color, which will hopefully stick better than the tape that I'm currently using. Anyway, and the Sharpies just rub off. Like, anyway. Okay, and then the last thing I would like to talk about. Let's see, I have it written down. Where is it written down? So this is, I think, going to be one of the first times I do this segment, because I usually am too scatterbrained to write things down and keep track of what I do within a day. I enter a new room, and all the information I've gathered from the previous room just exits my brain, so bringing things from one day to another is extra difficult. But I have been watching Flosstube, and I would like to tell you about the people that I'm watching because they're super cool. Okay. My favorite Flosstube find is Becky Got Craft. Her intro videos, so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Like, had me dying. I don't think she's posted any videos in a little bit, but I just binge watched everything she had out there, and I was like, oh my god. The coolest chick. Like, oh my god. So go watch Becky. I've also been binge watching Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. She's part of why I am so wanting to get my full coverages out, because oh my god, Suki is an insane stitcher. She does so much. It's wild. Her bookshelf, stunning. What else was I want? She just finished her snowshoe hair, which is super cool. I'm just a fan. She's very cool. Let's see. Another full coverage stitcher that I really like. Stitch in Colors. Dope. She's tight. She's super chill and just a prolific stitcher. Has so many full coverage projects. And gets, like, tangible progress on, like, all of them. It's amazing! So, if you want to be inspired, go watch her. Fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, yes. Crafting on the Plains, I also saw recently. I think she just has 2 videos out. But I really liked her vibe. She does, she's multi-craftual, I suppose. She does really cool work, and she's just, like, pleasant to, like, hang out with. Like, it was just, like, this is what I needed in my day. Like, this energy, what I needed, so. I hope she keeps putting videos up, because she's super cool. And I also I found Stitchy Friends recently. I watched Sarah's Whip Parade, and then I watched the video they did after. And Sarah, the projects are pretty similar. Her projects aren't really my jam, but it was just delightful to hang out. Like, she's cool. And I think it's Sarah and Jen. They're just really cool. They're just hanging out. They're just having a good time. They're just enjoying cross stitch, and that is what I am here for. So really cool hanging out with them. And Brenda the cereal starter. I know they're popular, but I watched them for the first time recently, and they were so joyful. Like, oh my goodness. Like, that's so fabulous. Like, it just made me so, like, cheery. It was just in such a good mood after watching them. And they have so many projects and, like, so much cool work they're doing. Like, go check them out. Let's see. Small Town Stitches, I'm a fan of watching. She's got a lot of full coverage too. She's really cool. Can the Stitcher, the Museum Stitcher, the Seattle Stitcher, Marjorie Maid, you know, the those guys. Super cool. I've been keeping up with them. And I just found Alexis My Amazing World's Flosstube. I think that's her name. But she just posted a whip parade, and I was like, that's who they're talking about. Oh my god, I'm so excited to meet you. But those are all the people that I've been watching, and that's all the stuff I've been working on. Going forward, I'm going to try and finish Dark Queen of the Earth as soon as I possibly can. I want it off of my frame. I want to open up that bead pack. I've already been, like, looking at the beads and, like, holding them in my hand and, like, touching them and being like, where are you going to go? I want to find out. Like, where do I put you? I want to put you there already, okay? Like, I don't... And then I'm probably just going to work hardcore on Kakomu and then Amongst the Tulips. And if I'm still feeling a fancy lady in my life as an active whip, I will probably start Ophelia by Mirabilia. But I was looking at their website and I was like, I want way more of these than I thought I did. So, we'll see. And I have to get a new travel project since I'm finished with my Bunny's Christmas. So, that I'm probably going to just stitch on something that I already have, though, because I already have travel size projects. I found some whips when I was cleaning out my stuff. I was like, oh, that's where you are. I didn't even know that I lost you. Like, that's how long you've been gone. Like, I don't... But that's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, keeping on, my friends. You know, we're just hanging out. We're just living life. We're just doing the thing. I have an interview for a new job next week. We'll see how that goes. And, yeah. So, thank you for hanging out, everybody. It was lovely. I will see you later. Keep stitching, keep having fun, keep doing the do, and, bye.